Hey, what's going on, FG fam? Welcome to another episode of the New York Knicks franchise, MyNBA, here on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. And we get set for another offseason, but first we have to go into the playoffs and see who wins the NBA championship. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. For the love of franchise content, it's all we do here. We can build a winner together as we get through the first round of this playoffs, and the Hawks over the Pacers, no surprise there, but the Magic upset the Celtics, and the Sixers upset the Heat in 7 games. Toronto upsetting the Nets as well, so a lot of upsets in the East. In the West, the Pelicans win, no problems there. The Nuggets over the Suns. The Grizz have a hard time with the Warriors, but they do win, and the Spurs win, no questions asked. 2 Game 7s in the West in the second round, as the Pelicans take care of the Nuggets and the Spurs take care of the Grizz. The Hawks over the Magic quite easily, and the Sixers over the Raptors quite easily to set up a Pelicans-Spurs and Hawks 76ers Final Four. So we are set to see who will make the NBA Finals. As we sim there, it is a sweep for the New Orleans Pelicans over the Spurs, and the Hawks come close to a sweep as they win over the Sixers in 5. So now time to get into the NBA Finals, and looks like we got a 3-3 tie on our hands going into a game number 7, and it goes to the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson gets his NBA championship and his NBA championship MVP, as he is the finals MVP. 37 points a game, 7.3 boards a game, 2 assists, and almost 2 steals per game, while averaging near 1 block per game and shooting almost 75% from the floor. So now time to set up and take a look at our offseason. RJ Barrett has an option coming up worth $26 million. That's something we will likely decline. Obi Toppin has an option coming up for the next couple of years that is pretty cheap, something we will likely accept. 2 player retirements. Udonis Haslem retiring off the Bucks. Jamal Crawford retiring at the age of 42 as well. Dwight Howard, 36. He retires off of the Knicks. That's right. JJ Redick retiring off of the champion Pelicans. So good to see him go out with a ring as well. Tyson Chandler retires. PJ Tucker, Aaron Bynes. Isaiah Thomas was not on a team. He retires. Giannis's bro, Thanasis, is retiring as well. And a lot of guys who have pretty much never played NBA ball in their life are also retiring. As we go into the Hall of Fame inductees, that is Dwight Howard. Hey, he played for the Knicks. I'm going to count it. He had 15.5 points a game in his career, 11.9 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game, 1 steal per game just about, and almost 2 blocks per game. So Dwight Howard, a worthwhile career as he retires. He also, as we go to jersey retirements, gets that jersey retired from the Orlando Magic that he wore from 2004 to 2012. So interesting there. Nobody can don that number. Now, league meetings. We have some interesting things happen in league meetings. They wanted to abolish the salary cap. That's a no. Opposing teams enter the bonus after 16 fouls. That's also a no. 1-and-1 bonuses, that's also a no. 4 worst teams, identical odds, that's also a no. And look at my reaction to this last one. 3/4 the team to reach the highest scoring team's total plus 30 points. Who would propose this? Who? Hold on. Who would propose that? Now we go to the draft lottery, and can't really see the top one due to, the camera being there, but we do have opportunity to get 2 lottery picks in this draft via the Jazz, thank you. But we actually do not even get a top 5 pick, which we were projected to get. So we will get pick 6, pick 11, and we have pick 23 thanks to the Heat. So we're trying to make a little deal here, and it looks like we can make a swap with the Bulls. So trading them a bunch of picks from this draft just to move up into the draft. That leaves us with pick 6, pick 11, and pick 14. So 3 top 15 picks in this draft. Opportunity to really build a team. Reese Mills becomes the number 1 overall pick, going to the Milwaukee Bucks. And then Will Weisbeck goes to the Cavaliers at number 2. So a couple of straight point guards coming off the board early in this draft class. The Rockets take Shamar Mitchell, a small forward who we likely would have taken had we had that pick as well. Then we move into pick number 4, and it is Rob Rose, the guy that I really wanted to take in this draft. I thought he was the most complete player for what we were looking for. Jacob Bennell, the small forward, goes at pick number 5. Then we were up at pick 6. And the guy that we liked the best was Juice Manley, who had a 93-point shot. Was really just a 3-point specialist with really good hands and some really nice quickness and speed, and he did have the B+ potential we would have looked for at 18 years of age. But at pick 6, just seemed like a little bit too much of a reach for us, so we tried to trade back. And Tyler Frick was a guy that possibly we had looked to pick up, and he could shoot from all levels of the floor, but looking at defense was a big thing for me. I wanted to see at power forward if he could play some defense. His defense wasn't all that great, but he did have B+ potential. We also looked maybe to trade the pick to the Rockets, who were looking to give us 2 first-rounders, but ultimately, I think it was the Phoenix Suns who offered us the best thing in Tyrell Oyen. This is a guy, we're looking for a power forward, and he is 19 years of age. He's got a close shot. He's got a mid-range shot. He plays more of a traditional power forward type of game, and his interior defense is an 89, which is exactly what we'd be looking for. He can also rebound the ball. He can definitely help us out on that defensive end of the floor and cleaning the glass. He also has the B+ potential. Could be an awesome role player. We don't need him to take shots. We need him to get the ball so that we can take more shots. And so we accept that trade, and the Phoenix Suns end up drafting TJ King, another point guard out of Ohio State, with that pick. Dustin Carr goes to the Wizards, power forward, 7-footer. So they get a big man. Roman Markov goes to the champion Pelicans. Markov was another guy I thought maybe we take at 6. But you would have had to wait 2 years for him as he's in the EuroLeague. Hayden Brooks going to the Blazers, and then a trade with the Kings. And I was a little terrified here at the trade from the Kings because I thought maybe they could take Juice Manley as the Hawks come in to get this pick. But they take Joaquin Reeves, a different shooting guard. He comes from Howard, so let them have him. Pick number 11, that gives us an opportunity to go in and choose the man, Juice Manley. If he ain't the man, I don't know who is, as Juice Manley becomes the newest member of the New York Knicks. And what do they say about him? Well, we'll just read what they have to say about Juice Manley here at the bottom. Is the Knicks selection of Juice Manley any indication of what they think their chances are of re-signing free agent RJ Barrett? Well, it's a little anticlimactic, but, you know, we don't really feel like we're going to resign RJ Barrett anyway, so no big deal. Vladimir Novak goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he is a center out of Lithuania, so not a bad pick for the Thunder. They pick a big man, and then the Charlotte Hornets come in and draft another big man in Jack Childress. That is a guy I was thinking of taking with the number 14 pick, so that leaves us looking for the third center to come off the board in a row, and Kaliko, not going to say the rest of it, but Kaliko over here is a good-looking center. He can shoot the 3, A-, has B+ potential, and supposedly a B+ overall at the age of 18. Of course, we don't have him full scouted, so we don't know his ratings. Another guy we're taking a look at is Cecil Gordon. He is 19 years old out of Quinnipiac, and he is more the traditional center of defense and rebounding, also a B+ potential at 19 years old. But right now he's a B overall. Kaliko's a B+. We're going to take the chance on Kaliko. That's what Chet wanted to do. If you want to have more of a say in how the team goes, make sure you guys show up to the off-season live streams. The Knicks land an obvious steal here by drafting a player in Kaliko that I had coming off the board 10 picks ago. So that made us very excited. Rip Sekou Smith. Rip. Rest in peace. So we move along and we're looking to trade up now. We have a couple of future seconds we're looking to give away as it gets deeper into this draft. In the first pick of the second round, we see a guy that we want to give a shot at here. Cecil Gordon's still on the board, so why not draft 2 centers and increase the odds of getting a good one? We do get Cecil Gordon, one of the best rebounding players they've seen in years, so hopefully he can be that for us. Here, we'll take a look at the overalls, and you can see where your user player may have went. I was obviously upset about the Rob Rose situation. He's an 80 overall at 19 years old. Look at him, A+, A+, A+. You just can't beat that. It would have been so nice to have a guy who can shoot like that on the squad. That is something we would definitely be able to use, but his offensive consistency isn't that high. He doesn't rebound. He doesn't play with any defensive consistency, but the 99 stamina, the hustle is up there. Potential only an A-. I would have expected it a little bit higher, but man, Rob Rose can play. It would have really been great to have him on board. So TJ King, the guy the Suns picked with the trade down, they get a 75 overall. Juice Manley is a 71. That was pretty expected. But look at this, 98 three-point shot. We are excited to have that on the squad. Definitely going to be a great catch-and-shoot person for us out of North Carolina. And the beard, he just looks so good. You'll love to have a guy like this on the team. Now, he's not going to be able to rebound, but the speed's going to be there. Once he gets open, the catch-and-shoot potential, he needs to get a little bit more hustle, and his B+ potential hopefully will prove good for him, and he can be a good player on this team for a while. The Thunder then get a 71 with their center selection. 76 for Childress to the Hornets. That is definitely somebody I would have liked to pick up as we take a look at his numbers. And not much on the offensive end. Looks more like, he only plays 76 interior defense, but he does rebound. He's an excellent rebounder, and his help defense IQ is pretty good. So B+ potential as well for Jack Childress. Would have been a nice selection, but I think we have some pretty good centers of our own. Now, his mid and his three-point were about the same, but as we look at Kaliko here, the 18-year-old, love having him on the squad. He shoots 77 three-point. He shoots three-pointers better than he shoots from close or mid-range. So definitely more of a perimeter center for the squad. 74 in the post control, 71 for post hook though. So he can definitely get a couple of shots off on the interior. His interior defense is only 69. Nice. Perimeter defense isn't very good, but he can block shots at an 87 a clip. Doesn't rebound the ball as well as you would like from a 7'2" guy, but his help defense and pass perception is pretty good. So more of an offensive center than perhaps I feel fits on this team, because we do have some mouths to feed and potentially could get more in free agency. But definitely a welcome addition to the squad and somebody I feel could really help us out as we continue on. Kip Eggplant with the 75 overall. He got a little overlooked. So did Ryan Lunge, got overlooked a little bit as he goes late in the first round. But taking a look at early second round, there's our boy Cecil Gordon, the 19-year-old center, a 74. Not mad about trading up to grab this guy at all. 19 years old, a 74 overall, 86 standing dunk, so under the bucket he is a asset. 81 close shot. He's not going to hit mid-range or three. He is not that kind of a player. More of a traditional center. He can make his free throws though, so that we are cool with. And 81 post hook, 81 post control. He's got 81 shot IQ, which is good. And 78 offensive consistency. So a consistent player. He's got an 80 on the interior for defense, so that also will work very well. And 78, 87 in his rebounding. So he will definitely rebound the basketball and play some defense in the post, which is exactly what we're looking for him to do as our probable backup center. So continuing on through the second round, see all your guys. Gooden is going as a 73 overall. There's De La Rosa. Cooper, Kamani Cooper going as a 72 to the champion Pelicans. Love to see that. So overall, good draft class. Congratulations to all who entered. If you guys want to enter in the next one, there will be an opportunity to do that later in this video. So obviously, after picking all of that, we are going to sign all 3 of those players after the trade down. 3 total draft picks. We traded 1 away to grab our boy at power forward, Mr. Oyen. And now team options. We are going to accept Obi Toppins, and we are not going to accept RJ Barrett. We will accept everyone else. Looking at some big players who could hit free agency: Harden, Durant, Butler, Kyrie, all hitting free agency. Bradley Beal also hits. Of course, Zion and Ja Morant, we're going to have their options picked up by their teams, but Russell Westbrook is declining his. Kemba Walker accepts his. That's a little bit of a surprise. Emmanuel Quickley, we are looking to trade him away after picking up his option. We just want to have some more money, and we don't need him at shooting guard any longer. So trying to get this trade done, and we are trying to get Cleveland's unprotected first next year, and we get that done. So very nice. We'd be really stupid not to at least offer a deal to Luka Doncic, even though he is a restricted free agent, so likely he'll have his contract matched and end up still with the Mavericks. But Zach LaVine is our first big unrestricted free agent offer. We try to bring him in, as well as Kevin Durant, so whichever small forward wants to show up / shooting guard, we will take them. And we go into day number 2 of the moratorium, and Zach LaVine accepts a contract. So far we will have him agreeing. Luka Doncic does, as expected, stay with the Dallas Mavericks, and Kevin Durant decides to go to the Memphis Grizzlies. So your funeral, you do what you want. Yusuf Nurkic is another guy we are looking to bring in. And this was our most serious offer to him, as he did have a lot of suitors. So we give him quite the bag at $29 million over 4 years. But this is the player most of the chat wanted us to go get. Jarrett Allen at center, we thought we could bring in. The plan would be to move Kaliko over to power forward with Oyen, have Jarrett Allen with Cedric Gordon, and continue to build the team that way. Nurkic and Allen both accept. We bring in Allen because, well, 1, he's cheaper, 2, he's younger, and 3, the chat wanted him the most. So we renounce the rights of Lauri Markkanen, no longer need him. We try to get this Elijah Hughes at shooting guard, who was a guy who had his option declined by his team, and I thought he had great potential. And as you can see, we also put out offers to Trae Young and Colin Sexton. Trae Young signs, but the Hawks match. So we go back over to Colin Sexton and offer him a big deal. At only 23 years old to make $29.16 million a year, yeah, he wanted to come here. We were offering more than his current team, the Cavs, and the Wizards and Kings were also up on his list. We also went back over to Elijah Hughes to offer him another deal, but Colin Sexton wants to sign. Why not? What? No resistance? Colin Sexton accepted our offer, and somehow we got him. So welcome to the New York Knicks, Colin Sexton, as we look forward to having him on the court with Zach LaVine. A couple of shooting guards now. We can definitely move a little bit of the roster around. Zach LaVine will likely be the starting small forward. Obi Toppin will likely probably back up. Who knows? Maybe Sexton plays point guard. We'll figure that out later in the video. But Colin Sexton is a guy on the rise. Look at that, 3 points up last year. LaVine just a little bit down, but hopefully he'll have a better year with us. Carter Galt had a great year last year. He moves up in a lot of areas. Kira Lewis does well. Kaliko moves up 3 because we moved him to power forward, so he will be a better player there. Him and Oyen, a couple of teenagers at power forward. We've got a lot of teenagers on this team, period, as we have Juice Manley, and of course we have Cecil Gordon. So it's going to be big as we move through the Summer League. And the Summer League, I never really care about the Summer League, but we move through the first round, we win. We move through the second round, we win. We move through the quarterfinals, we win. We move through the semifinals and we win, and the number 8 seeded Knicks against the number 10 T-Wolves, and we win. The Knicks win the Summer League. I mean, you gotta love that. Maybe that's a good omen. Maybe it's a bad omen. I don't really know, but we take a look here. Obi Toppin had 26 points, 19 for Carter Galt. Look at Cecil, 16 and 12. You love to see the new guy contributing. And then the All-Star City selection will be going to the great city of New York, baby. That's right, the mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden. As you can see, I was singing New York, New York a little bit, but we do move there. Now this is your opportunity to put a player in next year's draft class. Make sure you guys follow the template in the description. If you do not follow the template the way that it says there, you're probably not going to get yourself into the draft class. So definitely make sure you do that if you want a player in next year's class. As we move to training, Kaliko, we give him some untapped potential to get him to an A-. Hopefully that will help him out. And then we are looking to trade Malachi Flynn. Too many cooks in the kitchen, and Malachi Flynn doesn't have a lot of time here. So to the Spurs for a top 3 protected pick and Reggie Jackson, who will just warm up the bench for the rest of the guys on the team. Taking a look at how the rotation's going to shape up this season early on, Manley and Gordon are going to have to prove themselves and prove that they deserve some more minutes. Brooks, he is seeing his role decrease just a little bit because we've added a lot of, like I say, cooks to the kitchen. Kaliko's getting 20 minutes, Carter Galt with 20 minutes, and 30 minutes to every starter outside of Levine and Sexton. Levine will start at small forward. Sexton will start at shooting guard. And for some reason, we're a little disrespected here with the 18th power ranking. Don't really like it, but we're going to have to prove that we are better than number 18. GM power rankings, though, GM number 1, baby, New York Knicks. You love to see it. So I've done my job. I have built the team. Let me know in the comments section below any record predictions you may have in this 82-game season, and the next episode will be the season opener against the Dallas Mavericks. They're a good squad. Let me know any score predictions you might have in the comments section below for that game. Make sure you drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content, because that is all we do here. We can build a winner together, and if you want to see some more franchise, make sure you click right here to see some more franchise.